Welcome back to the Kelly Counts Macros podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Mosdy, certified health and wellness coach, macros coach, wife, and mom of two kids. I help busy men and women lose weight and reveal defined muscle through nutrition and exercise and do it in a way that's sustainable for real life. If this episode resonates with you, I love if you left a review or shared it with a friend. And as always, make sure you're following the show so you never miss an episode. So, what's happening in the clubhouse? It is my monthly membership. We are doing July Chisel. I just finished a workout with my 7 a.m. group via Zoom. It was amazing. We were so motivated, cheering each other on. And our monthly clubhouse challenges are designed to help my members stay focused, build habits, create momentum during a season that's typically harder to stay consistent, right? Summertime. We have a lot of members with a cardio background that still are not lifting consistently, but want the muscle definition. So we are building these habits in. We are working on consistent strength training and navigating the barbecues, vacations, beach, and including the adult beverages and all the fun desserts that come with summer. So today we are talking about how Weight Watchers ruined me. Let me start by saying I'm not here to bash Weight Watchers or anybody who found success on the program, but I'm going to tell you my real personal story and how it shaped the way I approach nutrition now. So back in the day, one of the most popular features of Weight Watchers plan was the 0 point food list. And the idea was that you could eat these foods freely in unlimited amounts. Now, my mom, she did introduce me to Weight Watchers. She did not take me to any of the meetings, but she showed me the literature. And I thought, hey, this sounds like a great idea. These are all foods that I love on the 0 point food list, and they wouldn't count against your daily points. So, some of the most common foods, the 0 point foods, they included fruits like bananas, apples, oranges, grapes. I think it really was any fruit. And then I think I remember all of the veggies, maybe no potatoes for some reason. Plain chicken breast was included, Greek yogurt that was non-fat, no fat cheese, maybe eggs, no fat cottage cheese. So it sounded great, right? But it completely distorted my understanding of food, fullness, and calorie balance. Mostly my fullness is what was affected. So here's an example. After long shifts of working in ultrasound, that was the job that I used to do in the corporate world, I'd stop at Giant Eagle. That's one of the stores in our area. I was hot, I was tired, I was starving because I had no clue how to build a proper lunch with enough protein. So what did I do? I grabbed grapes. Green grapes were a free food and they felt refreshing. So I would leave the store. I'd drive the 20 minutes from our town now that we live in Harbor Creek to Northeast, and that's a little town that we used to live in. And on the way home, I would absolutely demolish pounds of grapes before dinner. I now know that 2 pounds of green grapes is about 620 calories or more. So 165 carbs, 3 grams of protein, and 2 grams of fat. And this was before I would even sit down to eat a full meal because I would go home and make a meal for Ron and I. Now, dinner wasn't much better. This was early in our marriage when I didn't have a lot of nutrition knowledge. We will be married for 25 years this year. So I'd make chicken breasts, 0 points, with a side of buttermilk biscuits, and I'd have two or three of those with lots of spray butter. And the chicken was a freebie, so I'd easily overeat there too. Plus, I would have, yogurt or cottage cheese, which were also 0 points. I paid zero attention to whether I was actually full. And now I teach my clients the difference between eating to full and eating to enough. But Weight Watchers train me to ignore my body's hunger and my fullness cues because I was constantly eating large quantities of so-called free foods. What this did was turn me into a volume eater. I thought I was doing the right thing by sticking to the program, but I was overeating calories daily. I didn't even know it. I used up all my points on calorie dense foods like biscuits or ice cream, Dairy Queen, thinking it was fine because I'd eaten clean or 0 point foods the rest of the day. And I wondered why I was fluffy, working out but not seeing results. So once I started learning about macros, it was like a light bulb went off. Suddenly I could see how many calories were in that bag of grapes. I realized avocado, another one that I overconsumed, it wasn't the villain, but it was calorie dense. I was also eating what I thought were healthy cereals like Kashi Go Lean, but when I actually weighed it out, I was eating 4 servings. Same with granola, one of the most calorie dense items people think is clean. So here's the truth. Nothing is truly 0 calories. You can overconsume water if you try hard enough. 0 point foods aren't magic. And while they can be part of a healthy diet, they shouldn't override your internal hunger signals. So now I teach a totally different approach inside of the clubhouse. We count macros because it's honest, it's flexible, it teaches you balance, awareness, portion sizes, what macros are in each food, and it's not about restriction or loopholes. So if you ever struggle with overeating, clean foods, 0 point foods, or you felt confused by nutrition rules, you're not alone and you're not broken, but you do need a better system. And that's what I teach, and that's the way that I coach. I give you a system. I set your macros, give you an accurate app, and you fill your macros with food that fuel you and foods that you love. You find the balance, you learn what actual portion sizes look like, you don't deprive instead of overeating 0 point foods. So I hope this was helpful. I do want to share our recipe spotlight this week. If you've never tried protein overnight oats or if you're not sure how to make them, this was on our clubhouse meal plan this week, and we leveled up, or at least I did. And I talked about the combo, and I can't stop making it. So think peanut butter and jelly with a little crunch. Use a vanilla protein powder as your base. Stir in some creamy peanut butter, swirl in some fresh raspberries, top it off with a sprinkle of roasted peanuts. It tastes just like peanut butter and jelly, but better because it's packed with protein to keep you full and fueled. So easy to meal prep, super satisfying, perfect for busy mornings or post-workout fuel. All the recipes in the clubhouse are all in one spot, so you don't have to go looking for them. They shoot right into the app, and you can also now swap out the ingredients along with print the recipes, which we are super excited about. So on Instagram this week, if you're not checking me out there, Kelly Counts Macros, counts with a K. Shred client who lost 9 pounds and many inches in just 8 weeks. She was exercising, but she added in macro counting and walking and finally started to see results. Check out her before and after on my Instagram, Kelly Counts Macros with a K. If this episode hit home, I'd love to hear about it. Screenshot it, share it to your stories, and tag me at Kelly Counts Macros so I can thank you. If you're tired of spinning your reels, and you're ready to finally understand how to eat in a way that works for your body and your goals, come join us inside of the clubhouse. Send me a direct message in order to figure out how to get in. You'll get coaching, community, completely customized macro plan, plus a sustainable system to actually follow it. And if you're planning on joining us for the shred in September as a clubhouse member, you get $100 off. So until next time, I'm always cheering you on. You're always doing better than you think you are.